Okay, so today I think what we're gonna do is try and get these throttle bodies out of here. So to do that, we're gonna have to remove these injector harness connectors here, as well as back in here, and then we'll probably pull the coils out after that, and then we're gonna look at getting the clips that hold these throttle bodies down onto the intakes with the boots down there. Gonna try to get those clips off. There's some weird kind of clips, and I've never taken clips like this off before. And on the forum post, folks were calling them the impossible clip. So we'll see what happens. We'll figure it out. We'll get it out. Then we gotta get all these fuel lines and stuff out of the way. I managed to pull this. Like I said in the beginning, we're essentially looking for access to inside of these valve covers on the heads right here. And all this drama is essentially to get access to those. Alright, let's get started. I want to try and pull these connectors off. Just spun that little clamp around, and then we'll get this pliers on there. Try to wiggle this guy up. Alright, that seems to have worked. They might need to get it up a little bit more. Alright, pull this guy off. Lovely. Okay, gives us a lot more access to that. Okay, that's off. It's a bit of a pain, but not that bad. So it's just a matter of these end up hooked onto this part here. So you just gotta get the pick in here and sort of pull this out one side at a time and get them to disengage from there, and then when you pull it out, it just comes straight off. Alright, I'll try the other side. Easy enough once you figure it out. Uh-oh. The spring went in there. the heck? Alright, got it. Initially I assumed because it's not coming out this way that's not going to fall off, but obviously it can turn and come off, so it can fall quite easily. That should be enough to hold them on while we're working on this. So I'm gonna have to take one of these off. I think I might take it off at the T right here and then leave this piece of pipe hanging so we can lift the throttle bodies out. And I'm pretty sure the throttle bodies are separate, so the front two and rear two are able to be separated. And then taken out individually like that. So these are capped off right here. So it looks like the same evap canister stuff doesn't go into the front cylinders, it's only routed into the rear cylinders. Interesting. We'll worry about the lines later. So I need to remember that this ejector connector goes all the way under all the other harness bits, and I'm putting this back together. These guys are off. Let's see about disconnecting this guy. They want to take it off right here at the T. Then I'm not going to put back this OEM style clamp. I'm just going to use like a hose clamp that I have. So it's actually reusable and stuff. I don't know if these are reusable or not, but it doesn't seem like it. Alright, I'll stick this pick in here. Let the hose loose a little bit, just so it's not stuck. I think this is a bulb fitting. So, there we go. So apparently this is one of the impossible clips. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out some other solution for the throttle bodies too, because I really don't want to deal with this. And I'm definitely going to be doing valve clearances on this bike in the future, and I'd rather have something much easier to take off. Look at this stupid thing. Is it focusing? So this thing hooks this hole on the upper band, the outer band, this hole, the final one, hooks onto this like little C-shaped tab that is bent out on the inner tube. So you gotta get your screwdriver underneath the outer one and pry it up until it pops off and releases over this. End up with this thing. But I have hose clamps that will do a perfectly fine job of holding an evap line on. Thank you very much. Next step might be actually to deal with the boots, I think. These guys are free, all this is free. So the fuel rail should actually just lift off with the throttle bodies. So I don't need to disconnect them from the throttle bodies at all, seemingly. Oh wait, did I goof up? I might have goofed up. Oh dear. Yeah, I should have probably taken this guy off. Yeah, this would have been the smarter one to take off. Okay, that's not a big deal now that we know how to do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Pops off. It's released. Yeah, sometimes I do stuff at factories for really dumb reasons. I mean, obviously cost being one of them, but also ease of assembly. I probably have a machine that or a special tool that puts these on like really quick, much faster than one could manually put a hose clamp on. So there's no reason to keep it the same stupid way. So we're not going to. Yeah, when I'm reassembling it, I'll show you guys the hose clamp I have. It's really nice. I use it for fuel lines and stuff like that, and it'll hang on to this without damaging the line. This is essentially what this thing does. Although looking at the line, it looks kind of nasty. Looks like it has damaged the line. I don't like these clamps. It's really dumb. Okay, these guys are off. Let me figure out a good camera angle for me taking off the clips at the bottom, or sorry, rather at the top of the boot that connects the throttle body to the intake valve. The clip I'm talking about is this guy right here. This clip. So there's a rubber boot that's connecting the intake throttle body to the intake down there, and then both the top and bottom there's like a band clamp essentially, and that band clamp is clipped by this clip, which is similar. At least it looks somewhat similar to the clips that was holding that, but maybe not as bad. From what I can see, I think if I pried it here, it would probably pop off. Anyway, I'm gonna take a look at that. That's it. Oh, that didn't seem so hard. He says, full of confidence. Okay, let me see if I can get the other side. There's a bit of fuel still dripping out of this. Let's try and catch that. I want to give you a sick look down to the intake valves in a second. I too am very curious to see. Okay. That's a look down the intake valves. It's a little bit of carbon, but otherwise it looks pretty good. It's pretty damn good. It's a little bit oily in this one on the right side, but yeah, not terrible. It's to be expected. Yeah, same. There's a little bit of oil on that, more oil on the right cylinder than on the left cylinder, I think. Yeah, not a huge difference. I could probably do some C-foam down the back of these, but yeah, pretty good. So I'm definitely gonna put some paper down here so random shit is not getting in there. Not as easy as a hose clamp. Sure. Impossible? I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid and I'm damaging them or something, but honestly it don't seem so bad. Yeah, a little more lighted on here. Nothing's freaking steel on this bike. Does not magnetize. I'm just gonna stick this down in like this. Come here, pigment. Pop. Fronts look like they have a little more carbon, and front left cylinder intake valves are open right now. You can see the top of the piston, I think. So at some point I'm going to put a bore scope down all 4 cylinders and take a look, see if we have some scoring or anything weird like that going on. But yeah, let's take another look at this in a second. So looks like there's a little more carbon on these cylinders, especially this one, but it's not a huge deal. The backs of the valves look really clean, which is what you expect for a port fuel injected engine. And this thing's probably running a ton of overlap, so that's why we're seeing all this carbon here. Some of the burnt gas obviously comes back into the intake ports during the gas exchange, and then gets sucked back in as the piston goes down. Yeah, this is pretty much what I would expect to see on an engine with this kind of mileage. So really want to make sure it goes down this one. I'm going to spend a second vacuum up some more of the dirt here. Secondary air injection, I guess that's what these are. Pretty sure that's what those are. So they pull air from here and inject it into the exhaust to completely combust whatever unburnt fuel might have made it through. It's definitely like just an emissions thing. These are the coolant inlets. This is a little coolant manifold here, and this I think is the thermostat. Yeah, pretty sure that's the thermostat, and it goes off into the top of the radiator. So I'm gonna give this a deep clean at some point. I just want to wipe it down really quick, get some of the surface dust off, sort of working in a reasonably clean area. But I think next step is definitely to deep clean this guy, get all the dirt out before we take the valve covers off, because I want everything to be as clean as possible when we take these valve covers off. Also, I'm gonna have to figure out where I can move this guy to. Okay, so I think my plan is to check the clearances in the rear bank first. So I think I'll pull all this mess of wiring and bungee it out of the way, towards the front. Check the clearances. Put the valve covers back on. Put the valve cover back on. Pull everything back. Make space here. Check the clearances in the front cylinder. And work like that. Because I like to have only one valve cover open at any given time. Maybe at least. Excuse me. At least the way I'm thinking about it right now, and the way I'm thinking it's going to work right now, you shouldn't need to have both valve covers off at any given point of time, but that may change as we go along. Okay, so I think I'm going to pull the coils next, and maybe the spark plugs, and take a look at what the spark plugs look like. But okay, let me spend some time cleaning first. It's like really important to get this stuff cleaned out.